Welcome to Rumor Control. I've always wanted to say that. A long time ago, I did a video on Alien, the Alien 5 film, which is a sort of prequel to the Alien franchise called Prometheus. So, this is an update to that video. Now, if you don't know what Prometheus is, it started out as apparently a standalone film within the Alien franchise. It was set before the original Alien film. Now, what's happened since then is that there's been like a bunch of rumours, and then there was a statement made by the studio in which it said that it was now a standalone science fiction story, and that keen fans of the franchise would recognise the DNA of Alien in the film. So a lot of people have sort of examined that phrase. What does that mean? So far, let's talk about what we know. We know it's directed by Ridley Scott, who was the director of the original Alien film. We know that it's got Numi Rapace in it. We know it's got Michael Fassbender in it. We know it's got Charlize Theron in it. We know that Damon Lindelof has played a big part in writing the script. We know that it's a science fiction film. We think it's also possibly a science fiction horror film. And we know that it's Ridley Scott's first return to the science fiction genre since Blade Runner, so very, very anticipated. Now, recently, what happened is at Comic Con, I say recently, about when was it? A good few weeks ago. They actually had a Q&A panel. They had Damon Lindelof and they had Charlize Theron, and then they actually had Ridley Scott join them via satellite. They showed some pictures from the film. Now the pictures are really intriguing because I think what's happening here is the studio is, essentially really just playing with the fans. It's obvious that the film is set within the Alien universe. In fact, some of the pictures that have been released seem to show the interior or a similar interior to the alien spacecraft within the original 1979 film. So we also know that the plot is roughly about a group a group of, I don't want to say astronauts, but spacefarers who get trapped or stranded on a strange planet. While whether that's LV-426 from the original Alien film, we do not know. But as I said before, there have been a lot of rumours that, for example, the space jockey set, which is very famous from Alien, has actually already been built, and they've been filming on that. Um, they were filming in Iceland, and some of the that's my phone going. Some of the rock formations and things like that are very similar to the external terrain of the original film on that alien planet. And Ridley Scott said at Comic Con, he said basically that something very familiar would happen towards the end of the film, that people would recognize the Alien franchise in the last couple of minutes of the film. So there are a lot. So that's what we know, but there are a few rumors as to what we can really expect. Some people are saying that what's happened is that the alien creature is going to be there, but it's going to be examining the origin of what created the alien. Some people say it's a space jockey. Some people say, God knows what else. The film is called Prometheus, which from Greek mythology was a character who stole fire from the gods and was punished for that because he gave it to humanity. So it seems to be a sort of creation story in a lot of ways. And one of the quotes was that the film would deal with creation gods and those who stood up to them, or something to that effect. So that comment as well about the alien DNA, it does feel as if it's going to be about the people or the creatures or whatever that created alien creatures. So whether that means that the alien creatures themselves, as we know them, will be in the film. Rumours are that if the alien creature is there, it's been heavily redesigned, because if you're a fan of the franchise, you'll know that the alien creature takes on some of the aesthetics of the creature that it's gestated within. So, an alien it's a humanoid figure. And Alien 3, for example, it's more dog-like, because it comes out of a dog in Alien 3. And so if it comes out of like an unknown alien species that we're not aware of, or the space jockey or something like that, then we may get something that's huge, that's very different from what we're used to. The other theory is that, from what Ridley Scott said about the last couple of minutes of the film, that the alien creature will only turn up at the end of the film, or there will, or the alien creature will not be in the film at all, but there will be a link between the end of this film and the start of the original film, where the crew from the Nostromo find the alien creature. So maybe there's going to be a little bit of an overlap. Maybe the film will just give a wink and a nod to the original film. It's kind of interesting to think that, you might get a film that is set within the alien universe without the aliens in it. I'm not sure how I feel about that. I'm not sure how the fans feel about that. But I'm excited to see what it is. But as I said in my previous video, I'm also a little bit scared that they'll try to explain. I don't want to know what the space jockey is. I don't want to know where that ship came from. Um, and the reason for that is that I think there's a real sense of fear, terror, and mystery in the original Alien film, and part of that comes from not knowing where this thing comes from, not knowing what it is, or anything like that. So I'm a bit worried that that's what they'll do, that they'll try to explain too much, like they did with the Star Wars prequels, where they explained where the Force came from, midi-chlorians and all that and nonsense, which took away the mystery of what it actually was, and it really harmed the whole franchise. So that's what I'm afraid of. But if they go in and try to add more mystery, if we come away with more questions than answers, then I often think that's a good thing. So it all depends how they do, how they the execution basically. Now it'll be interesting to see, because Ridley Scott has also signed on to do a sequel to Blade Runner. So I'm kind of going to probably judge whether he's going to be successful at that, probably based largely on how he does with Prometheus. If he pulls Prometheus off as a great prequel to the Alien film, then perhaps there's hope for Blade Runner. I'm happy with Ridley Scott, the original director, being involved, but we just have to see. And I'll update you on any other news that I hear or find out about. Or if you guys know anything, comment below. Let me know what you think of the film, or any sort of news that you have about it. I also want to add, as of yesterday, I did my 100th video on this channel, and I'm also one subscriber away from 200 subs. So I just wanted to say to everybody that, I'm really loving making videos here. I really enjoy it. I really enjoy interacting with all you guys. And just thanks very much for supporting me. And I'll see you all later.